David Lawrence Centers has provided these services at its Golden Gate Parkway location for nearly 50 years. The location was unanimously approved by Collier Commissioners in 1976. Since then, DLC has continued to expand on that campus as demand has increased.
The needed facility out there. It's got the support of just about everybody and his brother from one end of the community to the other. I make a motion for approval.
Second.
In 2007, Collier Commissioners unanimously approved a sub-district that allowed for the future expansion of these services on the 5-acre parcel near DLC.
All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the ayes have it 5-0.
Motion is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's approved.
In 2018, the Collier Commissioners unanimously approved the allocation of $25 million of the proposed sales surtax for the construction of a new central receiving facility. Later that year, voters approved the surtax to fund the project.
No one is immune to mental illness and substance abuse. And as a community, we need to coalesce with this. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
In 2019, the County Commission formally created a behavioral health ad hoc committee comprised of healthcare, social service, law enforcement, education, and justice system professionals, as well as mental health advocates. The ad hoc committee developed the county's first ever mental health and addiction services strategic plan. The plan's #1 priority is to build the new Collier County Central Receiving Facility. The plan was unanimously approved by commissioners in 2019. In February 2021, Collier Commissioners unanimously voted to approve the 5 acres near DLC as the location for the Central Receiving Facility.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign, carries unanimously.
In May 2021, Collier Commissioners unanimously voted to approve a lease and operating agreement with DLC for the Central Receiving Facility at that location and authorized county staff to move forward with requests for proposals to design the facility.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No. Aye.
Those opposed, like sign, it carries unanimously.
The need to expand and the process for how best to expand has involved community input through public hearings, strategic planning sessions, and community workshops for many years. This process and the results have been widely communicated in the media and through the county. 1 in 5 of us will experience a mental illness in a given year. Those in need are our sons, daughters, neighbors, and loved ones.
About 11 o'clock at night, I got a call from Chloe's best friend, and she said that Chloe had cut and she was unable to stop the bleeding. She had cut 30-something times on her leg and had gashing wounds.
I didn't start cutting right away. It helped more of as like a release, like an immediate release, not like something that would take over time to heal. It was that exact moment, that exact relief, that exact release.
I was in such a bad place. I was in a bathroom with a bottle in front of me and a needle in my hand, ready to kind of end it all. When I started drinking around age 12, it was only on the weekends. But as I progressively got worse, I was smoking pot, experimenting with cocaine, to my very last point where I was shooting cocaine, shooting heroin, and anything I could get to put in my system to make me feel better.
My deepest fear was his death. I watched him do terrible things to himself, the destruction of his body and his mind, the destruction of our family unit.
I discovered on social media that every time I went on there's a lot of pressure to be this perfect filtered image, and that's not life, and that's not what I want my expectations to be.
The hardest part about, in hindsight, dealing with my daughter's depression, suicidal thoughts, self-harm, was not having the answers and not being able to help her. I took her to the David Lawrence Center at that point. I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that we were getting so dangerously close to losing her.
So 3 years ago today, I was in a really dark place. I was in this hole, and today it's a lot brighter, happier, and I have a new look on life.
Family today is stronger than it's ever been. There's been so much growth that has happened. The communication is open. We don't judge each other. So if Chloe or anyone else in our family is feeling this way, we now know how to help them. And we are that positive ending. We're the happy ending. And I feel so blessed.
It gave me hope. It gave me hope for a future for him, a future for me, and the impact then it's had on our family.
The life that I have now is beyond my wildest dreams. The gratitude and the feelings that I have for my life today, for my family's life today, the fact that I'm a part of my family today, the fact that I have everything that I ever wanted today because of coming into David Lawrence Center.
Since it's my turn, I'm going to say something. You know, 5 years ago, we started a community process to bring together the stakeholders in the community to try to do things differently in Collier County, because we can and we should. And that culminated in this board approving unanimously the Mental Health and Addiction Strategic Plan. The number one priority of which was the construction of a central receiving facility. That was a promise to the community. It was a promise to families, to children, to the business community, the schools. I mean, it was a promise that I feel that the board made to the community. And unfortunately, this was continued. I'm not sure why it was continued at this point, but it was continued, so it won't be heard today. And I won't be here to continue to start the cheers and at least do what I can do to make this happen. So I'm asking the board to, make good on that promise. Yeah. We need to make good on the promise that we made to the community. So with having said that, and I hope the next board does that, because it's that important.